Welcome into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the only pro wrestling podcast on the Marshland Media Empire conglomeration that is going episode by episode, detail by detail, and goof by goof of Lucha Underground, the collaboration between AAA as well as Robert Rodriguez's television network, El Rey. I am one of your hosts. My name is Sean. How do you do?
And I'm James. Sean, I'm so glad you made the update on that intro to say the only professional wrestling podcast on the Marshland Media Empire. Don't know why you call it that, but...
What are you talking about?
I'm glad you put that is dissecting Lucha Underground specifically because we now have the gorgeous ladies of MLM Pod Wrestling. So it is Glowmum Pod... All the women on the network, Monse, Courtney, Nicole, and Shelby are going episode by episode of Extreme Wrestling.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so they're not watching Glow, they're watching something called, and they're not watching Extreme Championship Wrestling, EC Dub.
No, they're doing that XFW type shit or whatever.
Okay, are you just putting letters together hoping it's a wrestling federation?
There's one that the X didn't mean anything, right?
There's a couple of them, actually.
Okay, then which one was that?
Lord knows if I know. All I know is that we're watching Season 2, Episode 8, Life After Death of Lucha Underground.
I watched this last night, coming down from my high day, and you better believe I was crying at the end.
Ah, hell yeah. I was watching, we were talking about this off air, but I'll let you guys know. I was watching Aztec Warfare last night because I don't know what we're doing any given week.
Wait, did you watch this episode, though?
I did watch this episode, though.
Thank Christ.
My notes. So next week, make sure y'all come back. We're going to be doing a watch-along, so that way you can watch the episode and time it with our goofs and gags. It'll be lots of fun. It does mean all of the notes I've taken last night, my beautiful, precious baby notes, I'm throwing into the river. That's right. Fishes, you're going to learn all about Aztec Warfare. So spoilers, make sure you watch that soon, because those notes are coming.
Because you use waterproof ink.
Only. Well, because my father was a mermaid man.
Oh, yes.
Even though I was born with Barnacle Boy's nose.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going to examine that. I'm too busy examining this locker room. Are you ready to break into it?
Yeah, you better believe. I guess there is one thing. On Christmas Eve, Sean, what are you going to be up to?
Yo, I'm like, hold on. Okay, so I'm very happy. James has extended an invite to hang out at your place, which, first of all, is very sweet. I'm going to be in Chicago for Christmas Eve, so spending time with friends is going to be very cool. But also, I'm going to watch a movie I haven't seen in years. I didn't realize was your Christmas favorite.
Oh, yeah. Frosty Returns is my favorite of the Frosties, even though I haven't seen two of them, which I will be doing watch-alongs on the Patreon this month, hopefully of both of them, if not just one. I've been trying to catalog my appreciation for all the Frosties over on patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you can, sometimes hear me talk about Frosty, but for $10 a month, definitely talk about Frosty every single December.
Yeah.
I also did a watch-along of the first and the only good 18 minutes of The Santa Claus.
I was flirting with a girl on OnlyFans recently, and I definitely used the Santa Claus gif to do so.
Which gif?
When Santa Claus falls off the roof and he's in the snow and he's kind of like waving his little hand before he dies.
Okay, how did that play out?
About as well as you'd think.
So, my boy got his dick sucked.
So we're getting married. Y'all are invited to the...
pregnant.
I am pregnant. I'm going to give birth to Sonic's child.
Yes, dude.
Dude, we're doing a whole dream sequence. All because I've sent gifts over OnlyFans of Santa Claus dying.
Sean, that means you have an in with Prince Puma.
Holy shit.
Because canonically, it was trained.
Yes, he wears soap shoes, trained by Chuck Taylor and Sonic T. Hedgehog.
Oh, no,
wearing
no,
the soap shoes.
Or Olivia Maurice Hedgehog. But it was trained by Sonic, and then with accompaniment by Chuck Taylor.
Sure. Chuck was allowed to watch.
Oh, hell yeah. Just like Sonic was allowed to watch you send that GIF off.
Yeah, and just like y'all listeners are allowed to watch Lucha Underground along with us, including season 2, episode 8, Life After Death. Boom, transitions, baby. All right. I'm very excited for Christmas Eve, though. It's going to be super fun. Shouts out to John Goodman as well. John Goodman, if you ever want to watch me have sex, you let me know. Hell yeah.
He's going to say, absolutely not. You haven't seen my run on seasons 3 and 4 of Community?
That's such a specific, John. You have such a large body of work. I can't have seen everything you've done. It's just not possible.
I know all you've seen is Viva Rock Vegas, Sean. You never saw the one I was in.
Season 2, episode 8 of Lucha Underground. No, I'm kidding. I love Stephen Baldwin. Live After Death, we're in the locker room. Fénix is polishing up his Gift of the Gods belt real nice.
Oh, yeah.
When Katrina slow claps from the void before cutting the lights and appearing in the doorway. My fucking God, this fucking shot. Katrina appears all the time. It's one of her strongest magical powers. But this one was very special. I don't know why.
So was it special of me going, no? Because there are revelations that happen. Again, I was high. So I was loving this so much because she says, I desire your powers. They could give me life again. And then she's like holding his arm and explains that, guys, like a soap opera, these two have shared history. Is Fénix, like Aerostar, a forever being, or at least, 1,000 lives?
I mean, they definitely have different powers, but they definitely have powers. My big thing, I'm just excited. I don't know. We don't totally know Fénix's powers beyond cannot die. I think where like Aerostar can travel through time, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. He does jump to the sky and turn into light dust.
This posits the question from last week when he said, hey guys, I turned to fantasy and I became a wrestler. Bitch, you have superpowers and other people are saying, you can't do it. Nah, you have eternity as long as people don't shoot you straight up in the head 1,000 times. Someone needs to try that with Art the Clown and Terrifier. Maybe he has the same powers as Fénix.
We've never seen Fénix fully unmasked. Is Fénix Art the Clown from Terrifier?
And we've never seen Fénix bisect a woman, not the way in which you're thinking, listener, so we don't know.
Yeah, you pervs. I'm just excited. We know, Katrina is a lich, confirmed, right?
Possibly.
Like a lich or something very adjacent to a lich, because she is definitely dead. She is not alive. She is the power she is seeking is life again. And like a fucking soap opera, she questions her choices. Like we all do on a day-to-day basis when we're confronted with the mirror in the morning and we recall that we are the person we have become. Katrina wonders if she made the wrong choice, accepting my fate, and they smooch. And they smooch.
Uh-huh.
One goodbye smooch.
I'd love an alternate cut, now that we know this after Aztec Warfare. Remember when Aerostar was 1,000 years in the past?
Yes, every day. I think of Aerostar on this show every day.
So he's saying that, and then he says goodbye. He jet sets into the future, possibly, or he not Miss Marvel's, Captain Marvel's, or Miss Marvel. She goes back in time. Does she have the same power as Aerostar? Huh? So,
I don't know. Do you think does Marvelous Miss Maisel back in time? Do you think Marvelous Miss Maisel was a person from today, and they didn't show this scene, but then she transported back in time into the 50s and then met Alex Borstein?
Okay, yes, I think that's correct. So I would love, he jet sets off, then the camera zooms out and you see, because there are a bunch of people around a fire and it's just Fénix in mask and Katrina looking younger than they should, but they're just making out at this campfire.
Oh my gosh, they were always just destined, not destined love. Like fucking Zelda and Link in like Skyward Sword, where they're like, oh, you, of course we want to be together, but the fates will not allow you to be together. And then Muertes is giant foot Ganon.
Yeah, this is nerd shit. I don't know what he's talking about, guys.
Sorry about that. I know you guys don't come to MLM for nerd shit.
Zero nerd shit. We're buff men, guys.
Yo, I'm buffed on this kiss goodbye. Katrina clarifies that smooch is a smooch goodbye because Mill is going to win. Fénix, you will die, and then bring me back from the dead.
Ooh.
That's kind of why I'm specifically thinking Lich for Katrina or some sort of, even like Soul Edge. I'm not sure what type of magic that is. I always kind of compare that to a Lich. But like trying to steal essence from another's life to imbue it onto herself. Katrina lore is fucking crazy. But we fucking love it. Trio's title match is up next. It is the Odd Thruple versus the Disciples of Death, the hand-chosen servants to Katrina and Mill.
Ooh, I wish I would have been hand-picked for that job.
Oh man, I wish I would have been nose-picked for that job because I got some boogies up there. I could have said handy.
Yeah.
I could have said handy.
Oh, you handy-picked?
Yeah. I went with the booger bit.
That's fine. You're a huge fan of Sega Genesis Booger Man.
That is true. I have his posters covering my body.
Yeah.
I took them off the wall and now they are tattoos upon me.
You had to shrink some of them down to fit. They're not to scale.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them. Some of them are to scale.
You bought a $500 copy used of Clay Fighter's 63 1/3 sculptor's cut so you could see not Captain Underpants Booger Man.
Absolutely. And this is not nerd shit because...
Oh, yeah. Also, the only nerd shit we talk is the quality nerd shit, which is the proper structuring of a herald. Not a herald, I should say, the herald.
Yeah, my friend Harold. He's got a fucking killer body, and we love to talk about it.
I forgot why it brought up. I work with someone who you might know. I'll talk about it off from pod. His name's Craig, and he's an IO dude, but you're friends with him on Facebook. That's why I said possibly you know him.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
All right. Craig, you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So,
oh my gosh.
I don't know why, but I said, maybe he was like, man, I'm not really good at anything. I go, oh, but you're impeccable at the Herald. And he's like, okay, yeah, thank you for knowing things that I do, James.
If I know him, he hated that.
If I weren't the worker I were, he would have hated it.
I mean, no, it's important. James, you offer the most important service to this city, which is to remind improvisers, calm down. It's just a herald.
No, someone needs to do this as a sketch. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of people getting together to watch the Summer Olympics, and one of them says, that's like us. We're kind of like Olympians. And they go, we're improvisers at Improv Olympic. That does not make us Olympians. I don't know how you would raise it. Maybe then it's like, well, I'll show you how I could wrestle Greek-Roman style and also do it as a 3-act herald structure.
It could also just be a porn scene. They start wrestling, Greek-Roman style, and, then they fuck.
Yeah, but how is that Olympic?
I'm just saying, I think most sketches could and should be porn. If there's more money in it, the union is better. Consider it, comedians.
It ends with the improviser trying to kickflip because skateboarding is now an Olympic sport, and they just like brain themselves, and they're like, "Oh no!" And they're like, "That is funny."
Yeah, and that braining could also be sex. Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page.
We should explain this real quick. The Herald is a long-form improv structure to every listener of our show, minus Steve Barnes, who is probably like, the fuck are they talking about? What's the Herald?
And I should take it back. You actually are I always think you're being sarcastic.
No!
And you never are. No, that's the point. You never are. I just don't understand why you love improv as much as you do.
I'm never sarcastic about it, Sean.
Never.
I think it's a beautiful art form. I have truly never seen bad improv. It's always a marvel, not a Marvel trick. It's always a magic trick to me. And Sharna is fucking great.
All right. The Odd Throuple versus Disciples of Death. If the Odd Throuple lose this match, they must leave the temple forever.
Yeah.
But this is a different Odd Throuple, right? Also, weeks Katrina and Evilise have been at each other's throats. Katrina's been making a lot of enemies for someone who has as many stakes as she does. Like, she's specifically trying to get her life back, right? Dario was trying to do something different. He was trying to cultivate blood for whatever blood sacrifice. So he kind of needed to make a lot of enemies. Katrina probably shouldn't have made an enemy of Evilise.
Oh, no.
Because Evilise will fucking murder you.
Evilise could have gave the beat down to Fénix, and I would have been happy about it.
Truly.
Just trying to, crack his head and say, where's that power my friend needs?
Wait, who do you think Evilise gives the power, Fénix's power to?
To Katrina. Now, because in this scenario, they're friends.
Honestly, that's a really good point. Well, the next time you take over a secret underground fighting temple, Katrina, things to learn for the future.
Yeah, make friends, not enemies, and make love, not...
Sketch comedy.
Oh, okay, all right.
All sketches should be porn. Angular Assault as the Odd Throuple debut a brand new trios move. Triple attacks to the corner. This is a new Odd Throuple. This is season 2 Odd Throuple.
Season true.
Cohesive. This is season 2, baby. They are cohesive. They are on the same page. Angelico and Evilise set up Son of Havoc for a big top rope maneuver, but he gets knocked off.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be counting their eggs in a basket right now, because these Disciples of Death, is that their name?
Disciples of Death, yes.
They are bringing a darkness that gives Vampiro goosebumps. Well, in 4th grade, I gave myself goosebumps.
Aw, that's from the Scholastic Book Fair?
Yeah.
Nice. Big distraction, springboard drop kick, pins Evilise for 2. She has now been isolated in the ring. But hot tag to her ex-boyfriend, Son of Havoc. DDT flatliner simultaneous. He hits 2 different Disciples of Death with a DDT and a flatliner.
Oh, yeah.
Tagging the long-legged Lothario and Helico, baby.
His leg work is so fucking good.
He's so good. And it's so funny watching. He just wrestled wrestling is subjective, so my favorite, Orange Cassidy, last night. And it's funny to see. He still has super long legs. He's still a great striker. But this really isn't even his final form. He hasn't really studied or has implemented the Llave, the submission techniques that he does today. That he brings the same grace and fluidity that he's doing with these kicks, but now he's tying you up into pretzel knots and selling you at a Famous Amos,
Okay.
I don't think Famous Amos sells pretzels.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay, then Famous motherfucking Amos.
Don't they? Or is that the cookie? You're thinking of Auntie Am's.
I am thinking of Auntie Am's. Famous Amos is cookies. This is not the important part, but thank you for looking it up. I can see you click-clacking on your keyboard there, bud.
Auntie Anne's, I believe, is the pretzel company, yes.
Fucking Auntie Anne Helicos is more like it.
Oh, there you go.
Hey. It's very exciting watching people, artists you enjoy, even before they totally get it, but they're still cooking with something. And that's just kind of like watching Angelico right now. It's great.
Yeah. Also, when this match began, I was like, oh, I guess it's just a free-for-all. Okay. Because they're all in the ring just smashing each other, then throwing each other out of the rings. And then all of a sudden, oh, it is a tag match.
I mean, it is important. There is a cultural difference between, and it's a fine line between what is a cultural difference and what are they just kind of doing to make a wrestling match work.
Yeah. Because
trios matches weren't traditionally a thing in America for most of the later half of the 20th century. You would have you get a 3-on-3 thing, but there wouldn't be trios titles necessarily. the way they are in Mexico and then later in Japan, Ring of Honor. But it kind of all comes from this Mexican style of trios where like one of the rules as written is that if you just if you just like go outside, yeah, you're not the legal participant anymore. Mm-hmm. If you're so sleepy that you need a bottle and a nap on the outside, you can do that. Which is why Mexican wrestling is better than American wrestling. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, I was looking for matches to watch on YouTube, and Nicole, it came to I think it's later this season, a 5-on-5 match, and in one, she just goes, "That's too many men," and I go, "Yeah, things are different in Lucha Libre. It is ran well, but
yeah,
in one of the corners because one person was in the ring, I only saw 4. This is something we have to look forward to. It is a team of Johnny Mundo. Do you have any other guesses who could be on that team?
Okay, team of Johnny Mundo. This is season 2?
I think so.
I'm going to say Johnny Mundo, maybe The Crew.
Nope.
Taya.
Okay, that's one. I'll give you the other 2.
I'm going to say PJ Black, Jack Evans.
Nope, it is Cuerno and Fénix.
Interesting.
I'm excited for whatever the hell that is.
Yo, me too as well. Very excited for this. Also excited for this finish. Son of Havoc goes to springboard to double team with Angelico. It's a different odd throuple. Same team, same page, baby. But Katrina is still there. She pulls him out of the sky. Twin Magic, they try a surprise roll-up. Disciples of Death almost get the win here, except part of being this new odd throuple is also regrouping. They're not gonna like freak out after one little obstacle. They pull it all back together. They hit their combo, the Fall of the Angels, Shooting Star Press, 1, 2, 3, and Helico pins at under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 55 seconds.
It was so good. I was just screaming, "Ooh, they're best friends," because they all come together. They're hugging. It's so good.
It's very sweet. My favorite moment of the season, it's got to be Evil East winning that triple threat still, and them not falling apart, but like hugging their friend and being like, "You know what? You earned this. You beat us. It's fine. You got this, Evil East. You earned this, and we still support you." Fuck, I love that.
I hope they hang out on Christmas Eve together.
What special do you think they're gonna watch on Christmas Eve?
Ooh, Angelico seems a little like edgy, so I think it's the episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin is trying to watch the Kiss Christmas special.
I remember this one very vividly. Yes, Kiss Save Santa.
Yes, because that was one of my favorites, so I think that falls in line. Then Son of Havoc seems not like he's clearly Gen X, but he seems a little more boomery in at least his old views and whatnot. So
I'll say, that's just because they made him a bigot in the first season.
So we don't like better. That. Yeah, he's better, but he's still going, like, he's pure. He loves Christmas now. So I think he's a Rankin Bass. I would probably say a Rudolph.
I think Son of Havoc still believes, I think this Son of Havoc, which, by the way, shouts out to the writers and the whole team for understanding, like, oh, this, like, sweet, naive Son of Havoc has way more legs than bigot character. But I do believe he still believes in Santa Claus.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So I think Evilise, obviously, Christmas at Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Obviously. Well done.
Well, now I think we should parlay no further ado and head straight to Slamtown.
I love Johnny Mundo with all of my heart. You don't understand. Temple Gym, Puma is working the heavy bag. Enter Johnny. Sup, amigo? He is such a fucking Chad doucher right now. My heart. He even opens the conversation as like Puma's working out. Like, dang, dude, I thought you were going to win last week. Instead, you didn't. That's crazy. He's like, there's a pause because Puma doesn't speak. He's just a long pause before Johnny comes back. So, getting ready for Aztec warfare? Yeah, me too. Not looking for a repeat of last year when Puma eliminated Johnny in the final 2 to win the inaugural Aztec warfare. He's like, no, this year? I'm taking you straight to Slamtown. James, how excited are you every time you hear Johnny Mundo say the phrase Slamtown?
I get pumped because I know you're super pumped about it.
Yes, I am. Yes, Slamtown we go. That's the official Slamtown theme song.
Exactly. You got it.
Thank you. So yeah, Puma, take your little giraffe tights and get to the back of the line.
Get out of here.
Mundo's world, baby. And then Puma punches a hole into the heavy bag or something. Who fucking cares? We're going to Slamtown, baby.
Yeah, Johnny says, I'm a beat ya, Puma, because I'm mayor of Slamtown.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he said,
for you.
I'm governor of Slamtown because he doesn't understand
Nah, you know what?
municipals and whatnot.
Technically, he is both. I committed so much voter fraud to make sure Johnny Mundo is both the mayor and the governor of Slamtown.
Do it.
I already did. And I'm going to prison for several decades. So, James, the least you could do is remember that Johnny is both the governor and the mayor of Slamtown. And you could take your municipalities and fuck them.
No, thank you. I don't think that'd feel good.
Probably not. That's fair. At the Offsite Dojo.
Wait, real quick.
Okay.
We're not even going to comment on how maybe Prince Puma's changing.
Oh, well, I think we've had... So, are you referring to the growls?
That, and he punches right through a bag. It looks like he's going to get some edge on him.
I will say this. So, yeah, okay. He has been getting edgier really ever since losing the title, ever since Ultima Lucha and losing Conan, right? Like, even though he didn't choose to break Penta's arm, he got really close.
Uh-huh.
Like the only reason is because Puma's you could be an edgelord bastard and still respect workers' rights and the non-union aspect of professional wrestling.
He got so close to breaking Pentagon Jr.'s arm. It was so close without getting your eyes wet from Bailey's.
No. Old Greg references.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I did not.
Dude, you need to come over and we're going to watch Mighty Boosh.
I'll watch the Muddy Boots because I've only seen the old Greg episode, and that doesn't seem fair.
Because there are some wintry episodes in season 2, I believe, and I think season 3 they're having a summertime party in one of those episodes. But season 2, maybe Nanageddon, that one's real good.
Hey, speaking of British comedies, I started a little bit of Dark Place. The fake author's name. And then the show is called Dark Place. It's a Matt Berry show.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yes. That show is very good.
Uh-huh.
You want to talk more about wrestling?
Yeah, but real quick, when you're done with that, start Toast of London / Toast of Tinseltown.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I could see, because I was kind of watching it randomly, I might just jump to Toast of Tinseltown or Toast of London, because I feel like that's still a little more, like that's his Curb Your Enthusiasm, you know?
Yeah.
Like a little bit more character to follow than Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which is like specifically, like purposefully a bad TV show.
Yeah. There's a episode where he goes to audition to, I think, be James Bond, and it has the single top 5 funniest moments in comedy television. It's so fucking good.
I believe, part of me wants to believe you, but part of me remembers last week when PJ Black and Jack Evans and Drago and Aerostar had a 4-way nunchuck fight in a bathroom that nobody saw.
All right, that could be still in top 5.
Okay, it can still be in top 5. All right, I just need to let the listeners know that still tops my list.
Well, that's top 5 comedic moments in television. This is top 5 comedy moments in comedy television.
All right. I'll give it to you. I think, do I think a little bit of humor goes a long way in professional wrestling? Absolutely, I do. But I'll give it to you. At the Offsite Dojo, where Rey Mysterio has been training Dragon Azteca Jr. for months now.
Oh, also, a little bit of comedy goes a long way. That's why you just fucking loved that turn where we found out Hornswoggle was Vince McMahon's son.
Oh, my God. The much more popular wrestling podcast than ours, DPW, just covered it. And I was forced to remember. Dude, I was like, That's like peak me watching wrestling, realizing I need to stop watching WWE. And Dylan's and he seems like a good dude. And there's a lot of stuff. And it's like, I don't know, Ken Anderson. I'm too flabbergasted for words. Just that entire thing. You should watch wrestling, but maybe not always watch WWE. Hot take.
Yeah, so we're finally at this off-site dojo.
Yes. Rey Mysterio is pouring out 2 shooter glasses when Dragon Azteca Jr. enters. He asks, hey, what's with the tequila? Rey lets him know that his training is complete. So here you go, Dragon Azteca Jr., a fancy letter, an invitation to compete in Aztec warfare.
And on that letter, wax stamp a damn Oreo. That the wax stamp looks like an Oreo. As a high person, I was like, how come no one's eaten that? They pull out another one. I'm like, how come he didn't eat his Oreo as well?
James, so badly, I want to go to like a council meeting, like, you know, when they open it up to the public for questions and answers.
Yeah.
And you just like, excuse me, as a high person, I have to ask, why isn't anyone eating this Oreo?
How come these trees are being torn down? I like them here, okay?
You know what? Good point. As a high person, and then you just like something like very real.
Yeah.
Just as a high person, can we stop the bombing in Palestine?
As a high person, like, are we going to do anything about those swastikas that were spray painted on the school?
Truly. Hey, as a high person, get it fucking together, America.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 2 letters. Dragon Azteca Jr. asks Rey if he's coming. Rey pulls out a letter of his own and, quote, but of course, you're not the only one with something to prove.
Now, you don't say shit here, okay, Sean?
Okay. Okay.
I think this means these 2 fuckers and possibly someone at the end are going to debut at Aztec Warfare. That's why I said, don't you damn say a thing.
Yeah.
Go eat your waxed Oreos, okay? Keep your mouth shut or full with some Oreo.
No offense. That's not like a reveal. They just said we'll be at Aztec Warfare.
Oh, but will they be 1 through 20? Or will they come bomb at the end?
Those invitations are for. Those invitations are compete in Aztec Warfare. That's what they said.
Okay, if I were to be invited to a birthday party at Pizza Hut, or let's say Chuck E. Cheese, and I show up to the birthday room the day before, yes, I'm still being invited to that room, but I'm there a day early. Everyone's going to say, do you have a child here? No, I'm here for the birthday party. And they're like, not ours. I'm going to be removed from the facility and probably asked never to come back.
Yeah, if Rey Mysterio or Dragon Azteca Jr. shows up at WWE's Royal Rumble, that would be the wrong invitation because the invitation said Aztec Warfare.
He only said Oreo, okay?
He did not say... I'm glad I didn't say anything. Bull rope match is up next. It's Chavo Guerrero Jr. with the crew versus Tejano. Now, Chavo embarrassed Tejano at Ultima Lucha. He has been escaping his comeuppance this whole time, but now he has nowhere to hide because they're attached at the wrist.
Yeah, and Vampiro thinks that shopping malls are aspirational.
Yeah, Vampiro's talking a lot of shit. A lot.
We're not going to get into it because some of it seemed insensitive.
Oh, yeah, I do. I will be bringing my notes to our live watch through because next week gets a little insensitive too.
Oh, whoa. I hope Sharna's not in the goddamn audience and he starts talking bad about improv.
Oh, we love Sharna. Mm-hmm. No DQ means Chavo can order the crew to attack Tejano. Before I ever get in, I don't think there was one last year. No, there was. I'm sorry.
What?
Because they even mentioned that Tejano was in a bull rope match last year, I think with Alberto.
Possibly.
So this is our second bull rope match.
Yes.
It's such an old school concept. I think we've seen more of since AEW helped bring some of that back. I guess specifically Cody fucking loves a bull rope match. Like, he brought it in this Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins. He just randomly pulls out a bull rope, and they're like, fuck it, let's tie it to our wrists and fight some more. And they're like, yeah, okay, because wrestling.
You might say he's all in on bull rope matches.
Well done, well done. He did it recently too. The War Games 5-on-5 double ring cage match.
Brian was there?
Brian was there. Brian.
It's a cage match.
Oh, I forgot. It's not Cage. It's not Brian Cage here, James. It's just Cage.
Okay.
Or Machine.
Do you think Cody's gonna finally win the belt this year?
I hope so, because I'm tired of looking at that man's ass. Just kidding. Hey, Cody, if you're listening, and I know you are, great ass.
Because belts keep up pants.
Mm-hmm. This was a good bit, and I thank you all for being here.
But also, like, having a defined ass also keeps up pants, and he does have a defined ass.
That's true. Hey, that's Cody, you know what? Sidebar. I used your ass for comedy, and that wasn't fair. You or your ass did not deserve that. Cody Rhodes, great ass.
Sometimes in porn bloopers, asses are used for comedy.
All right. Make pornos, not sketches. Bull rope match. No DQ means Chavo can order the crew to attack Tejano, but after weeks of getting left behind to catch Chavo's beatings, the crew say no. Cortez sort of initiates it, but Bale is down to fucking bail on Chavo. They head to the back.
Yeah, they were starring in, or I guess co-starring with Nicolas Cage in Left Behind.
Yep. I don't know this movie.
It's the Christian movie where everyone gets left behind based off the popular Christian book series Left Behind.
Oh.
Wasn't Nic Cage in Left Behind?
I don't remember this one at all. I avoid Christian media.
Wowzers, this is so late. I thought it was like 2009. No, he was in it in 2014.
What is, this is not engaged with Nicolas Cage. I do not have to guess as to the motives of Nicolas Cage accepting projects. It is baffling, though.
So
it is baffling.
Because of this, most people thought, oh, he had a gambling problem, whatever. The official reason for why he's doing so many movies in this area of time is because when the market crash happened in 2008, a lot of his money was in real estate, and so just shit plummeted. So he's like, oh, I need to work now, I guess.
Yeah, that's... Goddamn, must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man, my real estate mogul job fell through. Must be a world-famous movie star.
Yeah. Oh, my Christ. Come on, guys. I'm going to write a movie, Sean, and I'm going to... a prominent featured extra role for you, okay?
Give me a line. Holy, you prominently featured me in the fucking upcoming Formulaic.
Yeah.
I listened to the episode. You don't have a character in mind for me. I'm gonna waddle across the set and see the two lovers kissing and be like, there you go. He's getting it. Which that is my favorite role to play. So I don't know why I'm angry.
No, you're probably gonna be the nephew or something. Or one of the the grandpas.
I would love to be a grandpa. I would love to be I've said for many years, I want to be in a Hallmark Christmas movie so fucking bad. Like, that's when I graduated SUNY Fredonia with my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting. I said, Shakespeare can fucking suck my wiener. I am out here for the Hallmark movies. Hey, Ibsen, how about you, go fuck yourself. Hallmark, baby. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Me wanting to write a movie. We're on that one dude, bull rope.
Bull rope match, yeah. The crew's out. Chavo has a very desperate hey as Tejano's pulling him in by the rope. It's a very fun match. It's a very fun bull rope match. Chavo is so fucking good at putting together matches. I think he's very smart. This is as much as we love shit in his bag, this is a pro Chavo podcast. Always has been.
As much as we used to like shitting in his bags.
Yeah, definitely used to. I don't know what happened to your bag, and legally you can't prove a goddamn thing. fuck, I love shitting in Chavo's bag still. I love him as a wrestler and as a person and as a director for Hollywood. I just really love shitting in his bag too, James.
You want to know what? I think it's because he knows you like shitting in the bag, so he makes it a warm space for when you need to poo.
Chavo, you didn't. He's too good to us. Every time
we're not
every time
worthy.
I shit, I cry.
We're not worthy. Which there's a We're Not Worthy fan later on in this episode.
Let's get to him. Chavo eventually catches a break, creates distance, pulls Tejano into the ring post by the rope before he throws him into the floor seats. He's like Chavo's. He's on top because he's trying to outsmart him. Eventually, he gets the bull rope around Tejano's neck. He pulls him up by the neck, but it ends up with Tejano like in between Chavo's legs, Chavo on his shoulders. Electric chair drop. And Tejano puts the rope between Chavo's legs and forces him to ride the sandpaper pony, which is bringing the rope into your nuts. It's a pinfall for 2. Chavo blocks the superplex, knocks Tejano off the top rope, looks for the frog splash, but Tejano pulls the bull rope. Tejano powerbomb for the 3, 6 minutes and 4 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, post-match, he got him, but he's nowhere near done with him. Tejano yells, Viva Mexico, as he beats the shit out of Chavo with the rope until commercial.
What a way to go to commercial.
What a way to go.
Think if on Roseanne just said, DJ, get your ass over here, and just pulled out a bullwhip and for like a minute until commercial break. They're like, no, we didn't have anyone to write this next page, so we just had her improvise. This is what Sharna told her to do.
And just Dan Connor in the corner with a can of budding it up. I don't know what he's doing there. I'm just trying to get John Goodman in more scenes.
Okay.
Temple locker room. Mill is lightning choking and beating the Disciples of Death for losing.
They have thunderous punches.
Yeah, it's really, dude, powers are cool. It's weird. Part of the reason there are more powers in this season is probably because the special effects budget went up a little bit. But I think another part, is that the temple is becoming more powerful. The temple itself has seen more blood. It has more followers now. There's more energy. The temple is magic, and it's exciting.
Santa is magic.
Santa is magic, and Mil Muertes is Sandy Claus.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Santa Mil.
Yes, honestly, if Mil Muertes is on Cameo, y'all should reach out to Mil and ask him to Santa Claus for you this year.
Santa Clausin is also a sexual term when you just go down that chimney as much as you can and you drop off a present at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that present is going to catch fire in that fireplace because, one of them has, you have to push Frank's Red Hot into your wreath, and then when you come, that oozes out.
Yeah. If you're not using Frank's Red Hot as lube, you're not fucking.
Yay.
Truly.
And it also is great to trick your probation officer.
Yes, and explain how. Exactly.
Because they're like, oh, I don't care if there's drugs in that. His semen has, or not his semen, his piss has Frank Red Hot in it. What's wrong with your digestion?
For most authority situations you're worried about, you can probably distract them if you convince them you're coming Frank's Red Hot. If you're like, oh man, I'm late for work on the 3rd day in a row and the boss is about to harangue you, just jizz out a quick little spurt of Frank's, you know? This is the Frank's commercial. I'm sorry. I love the little old lady. I put that shit on everything. Nah, the new commercial is how do you get out of punishable situations? You convince them you come Frank's.
Or pee. I accidentally said the C word. Oh, okay. I meant to say pee because a probation officer isn't checking your spum.
Wait, what? They don't?
No.
I gotta call my probation officer. Whackada smackada jokes. This is what you come here for. You think it's for the Lucha Underground gifts? Nah. It's for peeing and coming Frank's Red Hots. Welcome to the temple, baby.
So let's flash to our next segment.
Real quick, I do want to talk about the Boyle Heights. Oh, segment. I thought you said match. I'm so sorry.
Segment deep east into California on a half moon night.
Yeah. 375 miles from Boyle Heights, Dario is listening to his storage unit of terror as Matanza continues quote-unquote training. Black Lotus is less excited to be listening, but she's still listening. When Dario says, I think that's going to do it, he's ready. So let's go back to my temple. And oh shit, first look at Matanza in the bloody Jason Voorhees jumper, no sleeves. James, first thoughts on Matanza?
Dude's been finger food and cherry jello.
I could not say it any better myself.
And is he debuting at Aztec Warfare?
Ooh, we better find out next week. At the desk, they remind us of Aztec Warfare. Battle Royale is happening next week. And don't say off the hook when you could say fresh as hell. The main event is next. I don't know why this was an argument between them. James, what's the difference between off the hook and fresh as hell?
Off the hook is not as good as off the chain.
Okay.
So I think off the hook also means, hey, I'm going to let you off the hook for this one. Whereas what was the other thing?
Fresh as hell.
Fresh as hell is that juggalo language, baby.
Whoop whoop.
Also, it's a battle royale next week?
I feel like...
There's a bunch of kids that are going to kill each other?
Now, hold on a minute. No. Battle Royale can also be a wrestling term. It is not just a cinematic genre.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's a genre at this point. There's enough of them.
But hey, Battle Royale, I think that phrase started with that book/movie.
Would make sense. But I think we can all agree the series peaked at Stone Cold Steve Austin's The Condemned.
Because it's also crazy that Battle Royale is now kids killing each other still just in Fortnite.
Or Steve Austin killing children sometimes in Fortnite.
Oh man, is there a Steve Austin skin?
Shit, I don't actually, because there's a John Cena skin.
Whoa.
There is a Rock.
Whoa.
There's so many other wrestlers, but I don't know if they have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What about Stinger?
I wish. Unfortunately, it's all the WWE, and Stanger and the WWE do not get along well.
Ooh.
Stanger for Fortnite, you fucking cowards.
Please.
It's his last year wrestling full time. Yeah, he's the reason Ric Flair is in AEW, and we're not thrilled about that. Actually, you know what, Sting? No more Fortnite for you. No Fortnite until you get Ric Flair out of AEW.
Yeah, get out of here. You can't eat wild hog's meat to replenish a little bit of health.
Yeah, no slurp juice for you, Sting. Not until you get Ric Flair out of this fucking company.
You can't be hitting the gritty after a couple headshots, okay?
No, not for you, Sting. Now, Sting, shut the fuck up. We gotta talk about our fight. We gotta talk about our main event.
So I forget who it was. Probably, yes, it was Mill. Mill comes down and he stops at the beginning of the top of the staircase, I should just say. And there is a fan going, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy."
Big Mill fans. Vampiro questions the lucidity of Mill's mind, suggesting he's been brainwashed. Like, he's been evil. He's always been evil, sure. But what Katrina has done to him, that's something else. Which, yeah, I was confused before about whether or not Mill employed Katrina or Katrina employed Mill. I think it's pretty clear, especially after season 1, which we didn't really talk about. One of the big things about their smooch, Katrina broke up with Mill after Mill and Fénix's first match together, and Fénix won. So, like, Katrina and Fénix, canon were a couple. That's why they were making out 1,000 years ago around the campfire when Aerostar visited. I love this podcast because even after watching the episode, I still don't know what we're talking about half the time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But yeah, so I also love that it kind of, because Mill has been wrestling for a while. He's been a AAA mega champion. I think he was the inaugural. I think he's been it a couple times. But like he's always been a bad guy, but like what's happening now, this is next level evil. And it's coming from Katrina and her magic rock.
We gotta figure out what that rock's all about.
I know.
Okay, we used to think maybe it was from one of the buildings that fell. It could be the Fénix jettisons from a volcano, it could be volcanic rock from wherever Fénix emerged. So that is her giving her enough life to stay around. It's like her Horcrux. That's not just a Harry Potter thing. It is a thing. And it would also further your Lich persona.
Yes. I think I agree with you 75%. I think I agree with you on what it's doing, like the purpose of the rock, that it is like a Lich sort of like focusing tool, like a Horcrux. I don't think it comes from Fénix, and I don't think it comes from Mill. I think it's something we don't know from Katrina's backstory.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess that it's the origin of the stone is unknown because we don't know anything about Katrina's origin. I think it's tied into Katrina.
It could also be a former temple.
It could absolutely be like a rock from the ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Like it's a stone from a former temple.
Yeah. And just like we were very correct on Marty's sister, we are going to be correct on these theories.
Nailed it. Don't even worry about it. I'm technically an episode ahead because I accidentally already watched most of Aztec Warfare. I still have no idea. Match starts. Fénix stomps his way towards Mill, only for Mill to stomp him back. Like, it's so funny. Fénix just kind of like, yeah, let's rest. And the Mill's like, I'm huge. So Fénix has to springboard drop kick, level the playing field. Mid handspring, upside down, Fénix gets caught by a running punt from Mill.
Oh.
This is the third time I believe these two are squaring up 1v1. So it's interesting. They have each other's playbooks. They've downloaded each other, right? They got the tech on each other pretty tightly. They still fucking hate the shit out of each other, though.
Yeah, and I will say, normally matches like this that like go into the crowd and are long, I lose interest in them, but the story made sense. I believed both of them could get the upper hand on each other. Even it's like, oh, Fénix just got laid the fuck out. How is he getting back up? No, that's built into his storyline. Oh, Mill just got laid the fuck out. How does he get? No, that's built into his story. I believed it. It was so good. One of the turns that one of them does near the end flabbergasted me. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened.
All right. Let me know if so this is a lengthy match. So I might have cut some notes just to kind of get through it. But yeah, I agree. Especially this is their third match. They each have a win over the other. And they've both just gone through so much. Mill to become the champion. Fénix to become, then lose, then regain the Gift of the Gods championship. I'm very much on board with the story they tell in the ring, as well as the story they've had to build to this match. We have Mill tearing at the mask of Fénix again, which is something from all of their matches. He tries to suplex Fénix inside out. Fénix escapes with a triangle enziguri. He goes for a suicida dive, but he gets cut off when Mill steel chairs him in the head, and Fénix is bleeding.
Uh-oh.
So Mill does what anyone would do. He bites at the wound. Vampiro
oh, no, you're going to say what Vampiro said.
Vampiro says, Katrina loves it. I love it. Cannibalism. Bringing back memories.
I'm feeling that shit, Matt.
Thanks, Vampiro. Your memories are the stuff nightmares are made from. Mill drags Fénix to the lower balcony, fighting in the crowd. Fénix tightropes across the balcony railing, but gets shoved off. So Mill has to escape to the floor. But Fénix recovers. He tightropes walks to the balcony again, launches himself at Mill. He is running along the handrail of a balcony to fling his entire body at the Lucha Underground champion. That's how bad Fénix wants it right now.
Which is, hey, someone walking on railing, that's impressive. But you also have to remember, half of his mask is flopping around, obstructing his view, which, if I were at luchador matches, I would totally come with a roll of tape. So if anyone's mask started withering away, I'd say, hey, I can help you real quick. And I'd tape it up real quick so then they can go in and not be weirded out that their eyeball's covered.
Yeah, and then when they're like, what about all the blood that's covering my eyes? You just have to kind of shrug. You're like, I just brought tape.
Yeah, I can tape that up too.
Oh, okay. Tape, baby. That shit's fixing everything.
Yeah, and when they're up there, Fénix tries to like tightrope into Mill while Mill's up there, but Mill just tosses him out into the crowd and he straight up flies onto someone.
Yeah, it is very much. I'm curious, especially because in the second season, they're fighting in the crowd a lot. They probably have some sort of insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Of like you sign a waiver like, hey, if you want to sit front row, it's going to get pretty messy. But like, that's also the thing. As long as it's why you never bring first dates, I don't think, to any kind of show unless they're like, oh, I love that shit, right? Like, bringing a first date to Lucha Underground and they are not into wrestling, and Fénix is a hunk, but even a hunk like Fénix falls into my lap. That's a weird first date. Am I dating you or am I dating the luchador that just fell into my lap? I don't know anymore.
And I'd get jealous and insecure.
Yeah, and then I pick a fight with fucking Fénix, and that's not gonna end well because the dude's a jacked hunk. He'd kill me.
I would like to clarify, I'd get jealous and insecure because I know Nicole, seeing Fénix fall into my lap, wants me to go home with Fénix.
Well, yeah, no, respectfully, of course. We all want to go home with Fénix.
Also, we should give them the benefit of the doubt. If this were Johnny Mundo versus Cuerno would have thrown Johnny Mundo into that first row of seats up there. It is Mill, a giant man, against Fénix on above him, who's not he's muscular but short. He flings him into the fourth row. I think that was an overcorrection. I think that was a mistake. They're like, oh, well, the first 2.5 rows are clear. Throw him there. No.
And I wouldn't even call Fénix, this is the wild thing, I wouldn't even call Fénix short. I think he may be a little below average for the wrestler height, but he's pretty average height. It's just Mill being fucking Mill as hell about it. Like, I would say Fénix is probably 5'10".
That's exactly his height. Okay, yeah. Because
is it really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Also, this dude's only 32?
Fénix?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Fénix is so fucking good.
I mean, I guess he's 1,032, but...
Well, here's the thing. Something we don't know. And I'm not totally aware because I am an American child from Buffalo, New York, so I don't know things. Do they always have these powers, or do the masks grant them the powers?
Well, I was saying the character of Fénix is within Lucha Underground is 1,000 years old.
Was he confirmed to 1,000? I thought he just can't die.
I think he is. I feel like, because it felt like the chemistry him and Katrina had felt like it went way back.
Yeah, but that's why I'm kind of like on that Zelda. What if it's that he's been reincarnated like Link is over and over again. Like, it's not the same Link in all those games. It's a new guy that just, does the same type of stuff, right? Maybe that's Fénix.
I've never played a Zelda, so I don't know.
But you have played Boogerman for the Sega Genesis.
Yes, and for the Super Nintendo. Let's
fucking go. This is one of the many reasons why I love you so much, James. Shit's crazy right now. Mill powerbombs Fénix onto the announce table, throws Fénix back into the ring, gets a smooch from Katrina, which is probably not the best time to smooch.
Oh, no. Especially because, he's not covered in blood yet, but Fénix is, and when he smashed onto the announce table, Vampiro says, shit, man, I'm covered in blood and can't get out of here.
Vampiro, you're a cannibal. That's probably shit you're into. But, even a cannibal wants to be able to leave a situation. I feel you, Vampiro. I'm sorry. Enjoy the blood while you can.
He's licking his fingers, and Matt goes, hey, Vamp, that's not cherry jello, it's blood. And Vamp goes, I know.
Do you want some? And then it's, seriously, AI, art, real artists, because I don't want to actually ask AI for this. It's too important to me. If we can get a nice little image of Matt Stryker licking the blood off Vampiro's fingers and Vampiro saying, "That's not cherry jello," and Matt Stryker saying, "I know. You should do that." Anyway.
Dang it. I tried typing in Vampiro eating jello, and it's just vampires eating jello, not... Or I guess maybe Vampiro the wrestler.
Oh, and specifically, I want it. The jello is on Vampiro's fingers, and Matt Stryker is licking the jello off of Vampiro's fingers.
That's kind of stuff, when you start including more people, at least the Facebook AI stickers, that doesn't really work.
I mean, shouts out to Facebook AI stickers. But if we get 50 Patreons by tomorrow, we will hire an artist to draw up Matt Stryker licking Vampiro's fingers. Vampiro saying, "That's not cherry jello." Matt Stryker saying, "I know." That's what this podcast, that's been the goal of this podcast since day one, is Rule 34 art of Vampiro and Matt Stryker. That's what we're here for.
I don't think we would need to pay an artist, because all of a sudden Nicole would be getting an additional $55 from the Patreon a month. I think she'd go, "Oh, that was because of you guys. All right, I'll do that.
Let me go draw this filth for you."
Yeah, because then she's making like $90 a month off from the Patreon. She'd be cool with that.
Hell yeah. You know what Mill would not be cool with? Fénix cutting him off right after smooching his girlfriend. Mill smooches Katrina, but it just gives Fénix enough time to grab that chair and smash it into Mill's face. Double stomp on the apron. And now Fénix, he's ripping the mask of Mill.
This is when I said, holy shit, I was not expecting that. This was the turn.
Yeah.
He's pissed. He's saying, if you're going to keep doing this to me, I'll do it back to you. And underneath that, we know it's a Benjamin Button style baby boy's face.
Okay, so a couple of things. First thing, I do love in season 2, the temple is becoming so ripe with evil energy. Puma's punching holes through punching bags. You know, Fénix is ripping the mask, which, if you're not familiar with Lucha Libre, is a huge no-no, huge disrespect in the culture of Lucha Libre. So to see like Fénix and Puma both on this episode getting a little edgy, you know, hitting the hot topic a couple times.
The ruthless aggression.
Yeah, get that John Cena in you. It's very exciting. Also, we get Mill's hair coming out of this mask now. Dude's got such a head of hair. It's That's ridiculous. It might be a full pompadour. It's hard to tell. Mill's pissed, brings the chair into the ring. Fénix uses that chair, however, to block a punch and then just smash him in the face. Animo chance, super kick, 450 splash, only a 2. Spiral Uranagi, Mill for the pin, only a 2.
This back and forth, I was like, I'm loving this.
This third act is it's just intense. It's nothing super coordinated or graceful or like, whoa, they're doing, it's just very intense, visceral, fucking good ass storytelling and wrestling. Fénix spinning roundhouse, German suplex bridges, only for a 2. Fénix climbs the top rope again, tries to shake out his right leg, but Mill recovers, uppercuts him on the top rope, avalanche DDT, or a neck breaker on his face, as Vampiro puts it. Mill lifts up for another Uranagi, but Fénix rolls through, scissoring Mill's bodies, capturing all of Mill's appendages for what is known as a European clutch pin. I'm sure it has other names. That's just the one I know. But gets that clutch pin and the win at 13 minutes, 39 seconds. New champ Fénix, baby.
Woo! And he, covered in blood, just did an insane match, is out in the crowd, celebrating with everyone, saying, I am the champ now, fuckers.
Yo, Matt Stryker said, even comes in like, shouts out to Matt Stryker too. He's very good at creating these sound bites and just being vulnerable and emotional. He says, I've been a fan since I was 7, and, well, just look at the faithful surrounding Fénix. Like doesn't even have to say like what he's feeling. Lets the picture paint it for him, but just adds that little bit of detail of I've been a fan of wrestling since I was 7, and I don't even have the words for it. Look at the faithful Fénix in the crowd with his people, just celebrating. It's beautiful, and nothing can ruin this, right?
Nothing, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then I guess I'm glad I stopped watching the episode here, because Katrina certainly won't come on the microphone.
Nope.
Katrina certainly won't say something along the lines of celebrate while you can, because next week Aztec Warfare is now for the Lucha Underground Championship.
No!
To celebrate tradition, just like last year, Fénix, you'll enter number 1 and Mill 20.
No!
Ah, fuck you, Katrina. Just let Fénix celebrate with the homies for a second.
I know, but at taping, this was 3 weeks in between this night and Aztec Warfare. So he at least got to, amongst his wrestler friends, be like, hey, for 3 weeks, I'm the goddamn champ.
Hell yeah. He had to go on one of those Ovechkin-style Stanley Cup runs. Do you remember Alexander Ovechkin finally winning the Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals?
No, of course not. I didn't grow up in a town that loves hockey, even though it sort of did. And I'm from Michigan, you know, the Red Wings and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, this was 2017.
Oh, yeah, then Chicago, even though I believe our team has won recently, right?
I mean, yeah, we got a pretty big, Chicago's a pretty big hockey town.
Yeah, but like no one ever talks about it.
Well, yeah, to be fair, because nobody talks about hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like out of the major professional sports, it's probably the least enjoyed.
Yeah, I think BattleBots now is above hockey.
Well, to be fair, yeah, of course. It's a kaiju.
No, it's not. BattleBots?
No, it's not. Yeah, no, they're not. But it's like, it's BattleBots is how we get to Pacific Rim.
Okay.
So yeah, we're getting there. We're working on it. But Ovechkin wins finally, like, has been in the NHL for years. Been with Washington for like years and years and years, and finally wins the Stanley Cup, and just goes on a fucking bender, a very public bender for the entire summer. Like, just his Instagram it's a menace. His social media was a menace for months, and I like to think that's what Fénix is doing for those 3 weeks.
I like to think he's, recuperating.
Nah, he is dang.
This isn't 1985 wrestling.
Okay. Maybe Aerostar transports him back in time to 1985 to just rail fucking lines with Terry Funk.
Rail lines and rail dimes, yay.
Hell yeah, and you can throw us a couple dimes, and maybe some of these locations. You ever think about dropping a dime over at twitch.tv/Goose Von Kaiser? You'll watch me play Dark Souls and stand-up comedy videos and wrestling sometimes, and I don't know. I talk a lot of shit. It's a lot of fun.
Hey guys, December 21st, I believe that is. It is a Thursday. Over on twitch.tv/mostly speaking Sentai. Nicole and I think it's at like 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time. Nicole and I will be doing our annual call-in show. We'll be live. You can call in. A phone number will be on the screen. And you can just chat with us for a little bit. And then, we discuss some stuff, have a fun time, and it's really good. And Pissmas is coming out this week on that Mostly Speaking Sentai feed, which Sean should be on.
I will be on. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And Torchy Berry is going to be on as well.
Again, I said should be because it hasn't been recorded. Recording tomorrow.
It has not been recorded. I'll let you know because I got to see Torchy Berry twice this week, actually. I think they saw, we hung out at open mic and Torchy came to my set at Bug House.
Oh, yeah.
And they are excited for Pissmas. And I tried to scare them and warn them the bladder nightmare that Pissmas is. They're still excited.
Good.
As you should all be for Pissmas. It's a once in a year celebration of all things piss and Marshland media, and it is always a joy.
I love it. And hey, guys, speaking of that, listen to my other podcast. Go to mlmpod.com for that. Got a new single December 29th called Critters Pay for Loads. It's Dragon Boy, Suede, and myself. Also, if you're listening to podcasts, listen to Who Charted, his other show, or Grift Horse, wherever podcasts are found. They're very good. Check them out. Who Charted has had Colt Cabana on before.
Boom, boom. Colt Cabana.
So deal with that.
I like him. Yeah, fuck you, CM Punk. Colt Cabana, baby.
Yeah, head over to patreon.com/MLM Pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. Yay, yay. This week, I believe, is Lil Corey and I discussing the Citizens of Townsville Z. Actually, not discussing that. We're discussing Powerpuff Girls Z on the Citizens of Townsville Z. Very funny episode. Check that out. Sean was on a very funny episode last month as well. Then, if you're a $10 patron, you get all of that weekly stuff included, as well as monthly bonus content like my watch-alongs of Frosty the Snowman, or straight to Patreon. We're going to try to do possibly Santa Jaws this month. Ooh. It's a shark movie of a shark that is conjured because of imbalance in Christmas magic or Christmas spirit, something like that.
Yeah, I've done that before.
So check that out. Also, you get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So if you have a business or something you want shouted out, tell us. I read these off on all the free feed shows. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, Jordan B, The Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua Jakis, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, and of Intro Void. Go listen to his music. The Womb in Which I Emerged My Mother, Lil Corey's BFF and former roommate and soon-to-be Piss Miss staple, Shane. That fed, twitch.tv/core-winning, it's Corwin, and my writing partner over on Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, and a co-host of the Rom Complex, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. I've been James.
Hey, CM Punk. I can be a fan of Colt Cabana and not say fuck you. Sorry about that, CM Punk. And I've been Sean, Purple Prancer forever.
This is sweaty time.
Yeah.
I guess it has been sweaty time. See you guys. Bye.
It's always a sweaty time. You keep being sweaty, you beautiful listeners. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's our new. Keep being sweaty and keep wrestling with your inner demons.
Yeah. I like it. All
right, bye. Oh, yeah.